The objective of a brand obviously is to sell the products, to sell the brands, but to do so there are many ways of achieving it. Number one, the product needs to be aware, the brand needs to be aware, and the fact of being on Facebook or on web and people like it means that people are aware about the brand and they like it. So in the long run, they are building what they call equity of the brand. Well, actually, there are some tracking on social network, let's be very honest, and there are companies in the world that do it. What they do is actually they go into the profile page of the brands and they analyze all the different actions that have been taken and they analyze the demographics of the fans as well. But what we do actually with those tracking, we make sure that we are on track with our strategy, and if really we deviate from what our targets were, we have to change our strategy and implementation actually. Those tracking are done on a weekly, on a daily basis, but what we do is on a weekly, on a monthly basis, we just make sure that, for example, the number of fans have increased, the number of people who have spent some time have increased, the number of people who post have increased, the kind of posts we have put, the kind of relationship we have built with the brand. So we monitor all that, and obviously we plan or replan according to the results we have received. So companies obviously have those tracking. Similar to when you do traditional media, you have tracking and then you plan accordingly. Well, in the digital world, it's the same. It goes the same way. There's tracking, and we use it for planning, replanning, and rework. Maybe sometimes a strategy. Now, other source of tracking is basically like if we take, for example, the demographics of people who are on Facebook. So this helps brand to see if their target is there and how to touch them, how to approach those people. So yes, tracking is as important as for any traditional media.
The response is faster and there's no margin for error because once it's up there, it has its life of its own and you have to be very careful about it. I talk about communication, like multi-way of communication. Before, if you have an opinion about the company, how would you tell the company how you feel about the product, how you feel about the advertising? Now you have a platform to voice out your opinion because when you have the website, it's easier to send an email, one click away. You have a blog, interaction, and also you have to be very clear what you want to get from the new media. As you know, for all media, if you talk about billboard, it's very one-way communication. And when you use the new media online, it's more than two-way communication. It could be a platform to get ideas. So it's not only two-way, it's multi-way.
The fact that people like the brand means that somewhere they've been to the page, they've seen what the page is about, so they have gone through the brand, like they call brand muscles and brand characteristics. So if they like the page, means that they say somewhere, somehow, this brand talks to me, I understand the brand actually. It's not the revenue directly, because when you click on the like button, you don't get the money directly. But there are high chances that people, when they go and buy things in the supermarket, they'll think about you because they've been to your page, they've liked what you do, so you will become like what we call top of mind. So basically, top of your mind, if you say, let's say, a beer brand, the one you've been to, you will think about it and there are chances you will buy it.
Facebook is very friendly, very interactive, you reach a big audience and so on. And the fact that it's easy for them to voice out if they like the product or they don't like the product, or they like your company or they don't like the company. So it's very important for the company to have a person dedicated to Facebook so that it can monitor. So if a person has a negative attitude, can respond directly, what is the issue all about? Because at the end of the day, the client wants to know that you care about them. So that they have an opinion, no matter if it's positive or negative, at least you're here to listen to them, to respond to them. So in a way, you can manage your image through Facebook.
One thing we need to understand on Facebook is that people are very honest there. You have built a relationship with them, and if something doesn't work, they will tell you. Contrary to classic media where you watch TV, the spot will tell you the brand X is beautiful, brand X is good, and so on and so forth. If you go on Facebook, you tell the guys brand X is beautiful and it's not true, the guys will tell you. They'll just tell you, no, it's not true, you're just telling me cracks. So that's the difficulty about Facebook. So you have to be very genuine because you're building a relationship. It's not a one-to-one, it's not a push communication where you just tell a thing about the brand. You've opened your space and people have entered your space.
It's good to have advertising and so on. So you see like, what is the response? Is your product popular? Is your company popular? You know, what you should do and so on. Because if you do stuff and there's no measurement, it's pointless. You will not be able to know if you have been successful, what is the impact and so on. So metrics is good. Okay, let me take an example. I know that a lot of companies here in Russia, they use Facebook. And I think it's a very good idea to use Facebook because they can generate ideas. You know, by being interactive, they play games. They do competition on Facebook to get their fans to be actively involved. So once you get your fans actively involved, they will more willing to buy your product, to promote your product, and to create a buzz about your product. Especially if you make it very interactive, very interesting.
Sorry. It can be something like, yeah, today Pizza Hut offers you from 2 to 4. If you tell which code, you go into a restaurant and then you get it for half price. So if a brand wants to make some flash promotions, they can use Facebook, they can use SMS, they can use all the digital means that are available for them actually. So bringing revenue, yes, it can definitely make it work.
But viral marketing is like a virus. It can be positive or negative. You have to be able to control what message you want to send and to be very careful about what message you want to send also and how you're going to communicate the message. The positive aspect of viral marketing is you don't have to spend a lot on viral marketing. You just target a few people, key people, and then they can send the news for you. Like, you know, like the rate of which the information pass is very, very fast. If it's positive, and use all kind of tools to present like a positive image. But also when you do viral marketing, it has to be cohesive to the whole plan, your whole marketing plan, your whole business communication. It has to say the same message. It has to be consistent, you know, and you have to make sure that you can control it. The negative side is you can never control viral marketing 100%. So you have that's also you have to be very careful about, again, a message that you send. Or the negative, suppose like there's a scandal, negative message, how are you going to control it? So you have to be very careful. The method that you use, the message that you need to use. I mean, in all aspects of marketing, 100% control, you can never have 100% control. But if you can preempt a lot of things or have a contingency, what if something negative happens? How will you react? And so on. So this is the best way to in some way, to manage as best as possible your viral marketing.
In terms of emotions?
I think in terms of advertising the people want to know what your product is all about. How can it improve their lives, you know? And also, when you do it, you have to be very careful to who you're targeting to. By using online media like Facebook, I mean, you can have a Facebook, you can have like 2,000 fans, 10,000 fans, and so on. But what's good thing about Facebook, you can have a profile of your fans. So in some way, you can really influence just by awareness.
If you accept to give away some information, then this will be used in a marketing way. But it's all your choice actually. So privacy is, I believe, guaranteed by Facebook if you if you stick to just going and looking at the pages. But if you want to give away some information, then obviously this will be used by the brand.
Not really. I've not done any online purchasing, but I've got family members who do. Because I've got a cousin who's bought a PSP online, and he's got it he's waited for only 2 weeks to get it, and he was extremely satisfied with the transport, with the delivery and everything. So it was also safe as a means of payment, because many people nowadays they're not very keen to use those facilities because it's quite risky, but my cousin really found it very safe.
For me, I think online purchasing is save time. We don't have to go to the market to find a particular product, what we are trying to choose, what we are trying to find in other markets. It's much better, it saves my time instead of roaming here and there.
I do online purchasing only on eBay because I think it's more competitive there and you get a larger choice. I recently saw an advert on watches, I think on the site of Buy and Sell, where there was police watches and there was laptops on sale and a BMW.
We shall use it only on a CQ platform such as eBay, and that does not cost anyone to give account number.
For motion product, I'm a person who likes to sit in front, and I think online sales in motion is not very well developed. My influence, I like to see what's going on online, but for me, from being aware of the product, which is what advertising is all about, it's good to be aware. Does it convince me to purchase it? No.